Hey guys, what's going on? ThirdStreet Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zack.
We're back with a Bad Batch, Season 2, Episode 11. Zack, last episode, we had a little arc where they were trapped and they got the Marauder stolen, and then they tracked Benny
Tracked Benny because they could track Gonky, and they arrived at that fat Zygerian's
a unique take on a
operation.
Zygerian. Like, he just couldn't stay away from some kind of enslavement occupation.
I believe he was also a stress eater.
A stress eater. That's what I am. I'm not a slaver.
Just sitting there stuffing himself.
Not a slaver. Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty fulfilling arc. Like, it wasn't, the most, badass arc in the world, but I enjoy the Bad Batch for all those little things, that even the things that aren't epic. Because I think they put great care into, like, making kind of us care about Benny and the kids and stuff like that. And now they're going to have their own little commie work paradise,
They think they are.
Well, I mean, if it's a small group of people to work, but I don't think, I think it was like 50 plus kids probably. Guys, before I jump in, if you want to support us, check us out on Patreon. If you want to see the full length version of Zack's reaction and my rewatch, go there and then come back here for our post off. Let's jump in.
Then we have something similar to this in
The
Clone Wars.
We have a couple things that are horror-esque and...
Oh, yeah. Balls! The alien.
Yep.
Welcome, Doctor. All preparations have been made for your arrival.
I would hope so. Notify me once our remaining vessels arrive, and see to the transfer of the assets.
Have the cargo taken below.
She looks like Love from Blade Runner 2 2049. The evil replicant, the chick
I have to see it again.
that tries to kill Ryan Gosling. I don't remember the actress's name. I'll have to look it up later.
It's been a long time, Mistress Say.
Indeed. Dr. Hemlock.
Oh, it pains me to see you.
Hemlock?
Yeah.
Why does someone so talented prefer to rot in a cell instead of using their gifts to better the galaxy? Don't you wish to be a part of such a scientific achievement?
I know what Emperor Palpatine seeks to accomplish, and he will not have my cooperation.
Perhaps you require the right incentive. Know that I'll be taking over operations here on Tantus, and I can do far worse than confine you to a cell.
We needed you, and you lift us.
Lift us.
You're fine now, aren't you? And you got your ship back.
And with no help from you.
Do you want to mope or make money? Because I got a tip on a downed ship, which means cargo right for the taking. I'll even give you 30% of the cut.
That is our standard percentage.
Fine. 50% as a token of my goodwill that you seem to have forgotten. I'm sending you the intel now. Don't come back unless you scavenge something valuable.
What makes you think we'd come back at all?
Don't test me, Bandana. Just get it done.
What do she call him?
Bandana.
That's a bad
Severing
Santa.
ties with Sid could be problematic, considering what she knows about us.
Limited intel. Huh. That's a surprise.
How hard could scavenging cargo be? There's a village here.
That would explain how the wreckage was reported so quickly. The crashed vessel appears mostly intact. The cargo aboard should be in fair enough condition to transport.
What kind of ship is this?
Don't know. No hull markings. Based on the severity of the impact and the lack of communication signals, the crew aboard most likely perished.
We don't know for sure. It could be trapped inside.
I know we need to see her face for storytelling reasons, but you think they would suit her up with a little more armor by now.
Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
Something unfortunate happened here.
Whatever did this wasn't human.
I will get the power restored and check data logs on the bridge.
That don't mean that much in the Star Wars universe.
Your concern is not warranted.
I feel like I'd see better with all that shit. I found out when in episode 4 in New Hope when Luke says, I can't see a thing in his helmet. That was improvised. Like, it was during a take. Because Luke couldn't see anything. So Mark Hamill said that, and George was like, "Oh, that was funny. It was keep do it for the next take," and they kept it.
Why is it so cold in here? It's some kind of lab.
Danger, 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 danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
What attacked this ship?
Really cool sound effect. Yeah.
What does he look like to you?
I'm gonna guess by eating the fucking.
Back away. Slowly.
Isn't that one of those fucking big old?
Right there, yeah.
I forget what the hell they're called.
Zillow.
Yeah, Zillow Beast.
But there was only one. Man, I really hate that scene in King Kong. Andy Circus.
The fucking bugs. I know.
I really hate it.
Get off the ship now.
Creature appears to be headed in the direction of the village.
We're the ones that let it out. We have to neutralize it before it hurts anyone. How? Our blasters are useless on it.
Given the fact that the crew was most likely eaten by the creature, I doubt it is currently hungry.
It ain't the crew.
How is that helping, Jack?
Ain't the crew.
Access the lab files and find out what species we're dealing with and how to stop it.
I can help. I know my way around Kamino and Tech.
Go. Rekka.
Tick.
Conventional weapons probably would you would think would work better.
Like bullets?
Data
Yeah.
is highly encrypted,
Rocket propulsion,
even within
you
the
know.
ship's own system.
Fucking missiles.
Yeah.
This is used to extract and manipulate a host's genetic material.
You are familiar with this
Unless-
type of cloning?
Not exactly. I heard rumors of other Kaminoan experiments, but Nana say kept that data away from me. I think whatever they were doing was happening off-world.
These appear to be designs using the creature's genetic material for modified armor plating. That must be why it was unaffected by our blaster fire.
Then how do we stop it?
Uncertain. However, this confirms that the species feeds on energy, which propels its rapid growth.
You mean it'll get even bigger?
Or it will increase exponentially in size.
I mean, it wouldn't be irritating. You couldn't fucking watch YouTube or anything for you fucking...
Stop it before it gets any larger.
Some goddamn kaiju's attacking your town.
Yeah.
You've got Imperials inbound. Get out of there.
On our way. Tech, let's go.
Not yet. I have not finished transferring all of the data. Until we are clear of the vessel and heading to the landing zone. Copy that.
He's also not... He's about half as big, or a quarter as big as he reaches in Clone Wars. But still pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Crashed vessel was part of an Imperial cloning operation.
The Empire cloned the Zillow Beast.
Yes and no. The directive came straight from the Supreme Chancellor before he became Emperor.
What's he want with it?
The creature's genetic material has the potential to be weaponized in the hands of the right scientist.
Where were they taking the creature?
Unknown. The ship did not have a destination logged. Hunter, there's far more to this than we realized. From what I have gathered, I suspect the Empire did not destroy the cities on Camino to end cloning. They merely wanted to control it.
Doctor, the creature has been recovered and is now safely secured below.
Good. And our other guest?
The shuttle is arriving now.
Did any of the villagers see the Zillow?
Several. The locals have been detained and will be dealt with. However, one vessel escaped our assault. It was a military-class shuttle.
Hello, Prime Minister. Apologies, former Prime Minister.
Why have I been brought here? Indeed, in exchange for my freedom, there is a particular clone you must locate. A young girl. She is the key to controlling Nalase.
It's seems we have much to discuss.
So we had a, little hybrid alien and I guess kaiju, Godzilla, King Kong type episode.
Mm-hmm.
While also getting introduced to Hemlock. What'd you think?
Well, it was a really good episode.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but it was good. The ties between them and Sid are starting to fray a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's just an old bitch, kind of,
Well, yeah, it was a little selfish over there. Just give me a couple of days. I'll come help you out. And
Yeah.
they had to
Hey,
fucking...
goggles.
Yeah.
Hey, bandana.
You just don't, you don't realize appreciation.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate me enough. Of course, Nala Se is being held captive. They need her expertise in the cloning technology, obviously.
Yeah,
And
I
she's
feel like I
not
would have...
forthcoming.
Yeah, I feel like I would have made sure I had that before I destroyed Camino. But,
They're a little ahead of themselves.
Yeah,
They're
they did.
brash, but of course, douchebag. Rampart.
Yeah, so
Rampart.
I think he was definitely getting his orders from up top.
Yeah.
But he didn't do everything he needed to do, I think, in his position. Or maybe he did, but either way, they pinned everything on him. I liked Rampart. I mean, he definitely had a cool moment when he said to destroy Camino, but he was a sniveling bastard, too. So.
Yeah, and he didn't pull it off quite as well as, Tarkin.
He had kind of like a softer face, which... It kind of made me look at him in a way, just not as hyper masculine or evil qualities.
Yeah.
He looked kind of like soft and young.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes across as sniveling.
A very Pixar-looking face.
Yeah, it kind of did, didn't he?
Yeah.
But we got to see Imperial Commandos, and I always like Republic Commandos. They always have a fucking cool look every time they come in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the clones are badass, but those guys are actually more badass. But we don't get a lot of episodes with them in Clone Wars.
No, but it's just like how still they are.
Yeah.
For instance, the commander of the unit was just standing, just observing.
Yeah. Clone Wars, the gift that keeps on giving. We have the Zilla
Zilla
Beast.
Beast has returned. Yeah.
Zilla Beast has returned.
I really like its design when it's in its kind of infant stages.
Yeah.
A lot more than when it becomes the Zilla Beast, where it's all stringy looking.
Do you think that's his last form?
I don't know. It's the one we saw in the Clone Wars, so
Yeah.
I guess there could be another form if it gets any skinnier.
And he also, I think he benefited a lot from just updated textures and stuff like that.
No, it looks good. It's cool.
Kind of function well in like the lighting with dark with the harsh flashlight shining on him every once in a while. So we had Tantus, which is pretty sure it's a planet from the old EU that they kind of brought back. It's known for the Empire using it for cloning. So they kind of did the right thing and brought it back into the canon. So Dr. Hemlock, and it's funny that Hemlock keeps coming up in my life because Hemlock is a necklace that the werewolf in the owl in a Salvador Romano arc, the werewolf dad was wearing it, and it kept him from becoming a werewolf. Savante Romano or Romero. So the necklace prevents him from becoming a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they got this little beast back. Now they asked if there were any witnesses. They rounded them up. We don't really know what happened to them yet.
Yeah, it's odd that they would be covering that up to that extent.
And we got to remember what the Empire thinks. I mean, even blowing up a planet isn't below them. A village, wiping out a village. I'm not saying that's what happens. I really can't remember what happens.
Well, I guess my thing is that they're starting out slow. We're not to the point where they're blowing up planets yet. That happens in 20 years.
Yeah.
We get there eventually, but right now you think they're trying to drum up support and inspiration for this volunteer army.
We have that on a macro scale, but on a micro scale, we have these little operations where bad things happen. I mean,
obviously, there's no Zilla Beast getting out everywhere. But.
Yeah. From what I understand, the Death Star was using slave labor before Episode 3 ended.
Okay.
Wookiees, like in secret part of space. So, like.
Well, obviously, we know from Andor that they're using it for prisons.
Yeah. It's crazy. That thing that they were building was just that thing.
Just a plate, right?
Little plate that goes on the Death Star, yeah. But no, anyways, that's all. Cool necklace. You got to see Dr. Hemlock, and he's kind of a major player. I mean, as you can tell. And yeah, there's more going forward, especially the next episode, which I'm looking forward to. So if you guys don't want to wait for that, it's on our early access right now. So go check that out. And if you don't want to, or you can't, just tune back next Thursday. Bye-bye.